What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the morning comic book chat, guys. I know normally we talk about movies, but honestly, today it's a little bit, don't really have much news to report today as far as movies are concerned, but it's new comic book day, guys. And, I talk a lot about comic books here on the channel, so we're going to have a discussion about some comic books today. And part of the other reason for that is, guys, in case you don't already know, if you don't follow Fanjecture, see Fanjecture is actually here in the comments right now. You can go and check out his channel, and I didn't get the link put in there today. But go check out Fanjecture's channel, because tonight we are going to be ranking the DC EU films over there on his channel in like an NCAA tournament bracket style championship to the death. And it's going to be exciting, and I think you guys should all make sure that you're subscribed to Fanjecture and go do that. And the funnest part about it is it's interactive. It's not just me and him voting. It's not just me and Adam voting. It is also you, people who are viewing the show, who get to interact and let your voice be heard in these films. It's going to be a very great time. Like I said, go check out Fanjecture's channel. I will see if I can find a link to drop that here in the chat. And I was going to say, if not, let's see. We can find a way to... We can put it in there ourselves, I am sure. Let's see. Oh, man. Look what I did. Oh, look what I did. No, never mind. Never mind on that one. Guess, Fanjecture, go ahead and feel free to drop the link in there. I do know that I shared it on my Twitter as well and all of those different kinds of things. And another thing I wanted to say, guys, is thank you to all of our Patreon supporters on the channel. You can see all of the people who are our awesome Patreon supporters on the channel. You can become a Patreon supporter for as little as $1 a month. I just did the Patreon exclusive live stream on Monday. You should go check it out if you would like to, get a little deeper look into the channel and myself, or you might, go spend $1. Go spend $1. Become a Patreon supporter for $1, and you'll get one of those live streams every month. Plus, probably going to be doing a little bit more over there on the Patreon as well to show some of you guys just some different things like that I do, like that me personally that I do a little more than I usually do here on the channel, but also. I'm probably going to do some Patreon exclusive live streams, and some of them are going to be live streams that aren't just exclusive to only Patreon supporters, but they will only be available by going to Patreon and checking out the Patreon. You won't even have to be a supporter. It will only be available over there, though. You won't be able to find it here, like, just searching on YouTube and all of that stuff. So, you should go check it out. We're gonna do some stuff like that here pretty soon. And that's really, like I said, just to get people over to my Patreon to check it out. Like I said, the content will still be free. You won't have to pay. You won't even have to be a supporter. Just to get you there and check it out. Maybe I'll put some more teases of stuff that I normally do up there. Maybe I'll take some clips from some of those things that I do over there. Because I plan on doing a little bit more over there, a little bit more. So make sure you guys go and check that out. And yeah, guys, we're gonna talk about comic books today. And like I said, today, because mostly today, the movies I have to discuss revolve around, everything that I've been doing to brush up a little bit for tonight's show, where we're going to be talking about the DC EU films. So it's going to be a very good time. You guys should make sure that you are there. Okay, so let's see. Who all do we got here this morning? We got Fanjecture is here. David Presley, hello. Thank you for being here. Jason Presson, retired Dungeon Master, says, good morning, good morning. Terrazon, thank you so much for being here. One of our awesome Patreon supporters. David Presley says, how's your day? My day is fine. How's yours going? I hope you're all having a very good day. It's Wednesday, man. Can you believe, God, what are we already? 12 days into the month? 12 days into the month. Valentine's Day. It's a couple days, guys. A couple days. What are you guys doing for Valentine's Day? We'll probably be kicking it at home. Probably won't do much. Maybe I'll grill some steaks. For my wife and the kids. Then again, my wife might be working. If they offer overtime, she'll go take it. Best intro song in the business. Yeah, and you know what? That intro song was actually made by my good friend who will be on the Sunday Music Chat this Sunday. You guys should make sure that you go and check that out. Let's see. I'll have to do that for Injector. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, go check out his channel. What time did you say it was? It's at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern. Hit up my Twitter. It's on there. Yes, I was gonna say hit up the Twitter. I know I was gonna say it's on mine. I think that's yeah. It could be awesome. Thank you, Tara. Um, Captain Pennsylvania. Oh, okay. See, awesome. See, on it. They're on it, man. That's how awesome the community that we've been building here. And I say we because you guys are part of it. That we've been building here. That's awesome. You guys are the best. You guys are the best. Um, all right, Apex Extra. Okay. See you tonight. I have a feeling Trinity and I will have quite different opinions. It's really hard to say, you know, because I don't really talk much about the DC films here on the channel, and I should more. I should actually go through and rewatch them all since we're doing all this. Rewatch them all and really pay attention to them all and break them all down. Because I mean, for the most part, I really like most of the DCEU films. To be honest with you, just not as many of them are, you know, that great. So anyway, guys, let's go ahead and get right into it. Today we're going to be talking about new comic books. You know, it's New Comic Book Day. I've got quite a stack here of new comics. You know, one of the ones I picked up, and you guys should make sure that you follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Second Street Marvel. Please make sure you go follow me there because my new comic book day, the pull list, that will premiere over on Facebook from now on. It's going to be premiering over there, so you'll be able to watch it there on Wednesdays, and then it probably won't drop here on the channel until Fridays. But if you've been paying attention, you can always go to the playlist here on YouTube on Wednesdays because I usually upload it at the same time. It's just on unlisted, but you can still see it on a public playlist. So yeah. Anyway, but one of the ones I picked up, I wasn't gonna pick this thing up because this is it's stupid expensive for this, which is I believed essentially a reprint. But this right here, this Marvel Tales Wolverine, I picked this up because right there, you see that name? See that name right there? I wanted to show you that right there. Lee Inyuk, Inyuk Lee, does some great covers, and this is Wolverine in the first place, and I think that cover is great. You know, got that. Just look at that. It's pretty. You probably want to see it without the glare, huh? You probably want to see it without the glare. Yeah, there you go. Look at that. That's pretty nice. And I don't always like Inyuk Lee's art. On some of them, they look a little. I don't know. They look a little off. Like for one, like the Marvel Zombies one I've got right there. That poster hanging in the background there. There's some things I liked the other alternate cover that I got of that book instead. But yeah, I got quite a, you know, guys, you know, one I haven't done, I need to do a video on that, is this right here, guys. Hawkman has been phenomenal. Robert Venditti brought me over to Justice League just from off Hawkman alone. Symbiote Spider-Man Alien Reality coming out. Ooh, look at that. J. Scott Campbell cover. Gwen Stacy. Beautiful stuff, guys. Beautiful stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Got quite a few books come out this week, and you got to do some reviews. Some of them have already dropped here on the channel. You guys should make sure that you go and check them out. But guys, today what we are going to be, oh man, what did I do with this? What did I do with that tab? There we go. Today, guys, we are going to be, and if you guys are here, make sure that you smash that like button. You know, I'm supposed to tell you that because, you know, sometimes we forget, and YouTube will threaten me. If I don't. They'll threaten me if I don't. So make sure that you do that. Okay, so let's get right here into the comic previews. This is what we're going to be going over today because these are the previews that are going to be coming to your local comic book shop in April. So you will want to see, I'm not sure if you guys can see that in the top corner there. I think it's kind of covered up. Is February 20th is when you have to have these orders in by to check out any of these, you know, if you want to pre-order any of these comic books, to make sure your local comic book shop has one ordered for you. Because what I'm going to go over today for the most part is going to be the indie comic books. I don't really concentrate so much on the Marvel and the DC ones. Maybe I'll do that in a separate show. But here more so I like to look at the indies because that's something I've really been getting into myself. So plus the indies, they really do need more attention brought to them. There are some companies out there doing some really great books out there that aren't getting the attention they deserve. They just are not getting the attention they deserve. For one, because you know what, a lot of these comic book publishers and things like that, they're terrible at marketing their comic books and things like that. And I mean, they are. I don't know how else to put it, but they are. I mean, we can even see. I mean, look what Warner Brothers is doing with this whole Birds of Prey situation. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's how bad the suits are at doing this kinds of stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and get right into this. Okay, so here's the previews. I'll kind of go through it. Some of it we're gonna go through fast because you know we need to see everything. We're gonna see most of the stuff along the way. Let's see. They got a lot of they do like interviews and things here in the previews magazine, as well as then they have things like this where they kind of got this spotlight on, that's really cool. So you know it's got the spotlight on the Marvel free previews, even the DC ones. You know the one thing is I can't find where to get the free DC previews at online, like to download it. I can't find it through their app or anything. The only one I can find is the Marvel one. So maybe we'll do the Marvel one this weekend. So let's see, where are we starting off here? Free comic book day stuff. Free comic book day is coming up pretty quick, guys. Okay. Oh, and seeing they have this right here. These premiere comics, the gems of the month that they have there as well. You know, just kind of the highlighted comics that you're going to want to pay attention to. You can see right here we've got Adventure Man #1 from Image Comics, Firepower by Kirkman and Samney Volume 1. So it looks like a trade paperback on Image Comics. The Ludocrats #1 on Image Comics. We've also got Spy Island #1 on Dark Horse. Alien, the original screenplay #1 on Dark Horse. On DC Comics, we've got the Joker 80th Anniversary 100-page spectacular #1. Also Catwoman 80th Anniversary 100-page spectacular #1 as well. I wonder if those are going to be one-shots or not, if they're going to do more of them. I don't know, because it says #1. I mean, I guess, what else would it say? I mean, I guess it could say annual or something. I don't know. Sleeping Beauties #1 on IDW Publishing, as well as Star Wars Adventures Clone Wars #1. If I'm not mistaken, is that the one that's being done by Michael Morisi? If that's the one, I'll probably check that one out because Michael Morisi is a good writer. We've also got Black Widow #1 from Marvel Comics coming out. On Dynamite Entertainment, they got The Boys, Dear Becky #1, and Boom Studios is going to have Faithless 2 #1 coming out. You know, so if you like your smut, get ready for it in Faithless #2. Okay. So anyway, okay, let's go ahead and get right back into this, guys. Let's see here. Where are we at? Image Comics starting off Adventure Man issue #1. Now this one is going to be interesting. I'm probably going to check this one out. Maybe, I don't know, I'm guessing it's going to start off with 5 issues and we'll see how it goes from there. But this one right here is writer Matt Fraction with artist and cover artists of Rachel and Terry Dodson, or Terry and Rachel Dodson here on the art and the colors and everything. And I'm just interested in this because I don't really pay it, like, I don't know, I've never really heard of the Dodsons, and I know Dane Barrett one day tore me up in one of the comment sections kind of for that, but their art is okay. Like, I don't like all of it. Some of it's good at some point. Like, I don't know, it's kind of, just depends on what they're doing. But this one is not like with pre-existing characters, I guess, in the sense of, like, Marvel comics or anything like that, where they were doing the X-Men, and just some of the portrayals I didn't like as much. They just didn't, for me, they didn't match the character. But right here they're doing this Adventure Man #1, a cataclysmic adventure decades in the making. In this wildly affordable triple-length first issue, revisit how $3.99. In this wildly affordable triple-length first issue, revisit how the legend of the great pulp hero of them all, Adventure Man, ended in a heartbreaking cliffhanger, with our hero facing execution at the vile hand of his ultra nemesis Baron Bazaar in the eve of the macabre apocalypse, or did it? 8 years after his apparent demise, single mother Claire and her adventure son and her adventure fan son Tommy seem to be the only 2 people alive that remember the thrilling Adventure Man sagas, but from that memory burns the spark of resurrection. Where his history ended, her story begins. This sense-obliterating, earth-shaking, imagination-quaking adventure that spans generations comes to you from Matt Fraction from Sex Criminals and Hawkeye. And Rachel and Terry Dodson, Red One, X-Men Fantastic Four. So apparently this is something that's been around for a while. I'll be honest with you, I don't know enough about it. It's on the Image Comics though, so you gotta imagine it's probably gonna be pretty decent. They seem to be putting out some good titles over there at Image Comics. And let's see what else we got here. Fanjextra says, "Oh man, look at what I've done there. Would you look at that?" Um, there we go. Okay. Fanjextra says, "I like this preview idea. Definitely should be a regular monthly segment." Yeah, and I usually plan on doing them a lot better because these ones were a lot sooner. Just been really busy with stuff and want to get this stuff on track. But yeah, thank you, Fanjextra. Yeah, because like I said, on here I want to concentrate more on indies anyway. That's the trade paperback they were talking about. Ooh, right here is another one. The Ludocrats, #1 of 5. This one is from writer Kieran Gillen and Jim Rossignol. Now, Kieran Gillen has been writing Once and Future over on Boom Studios Comics, which has been a pretty good series so far. It started off as a mini series, and then it's got pushed to an ongoing. So definitely some interesting things there with that. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but we'll see. But the Ludocrats here also has artist Jeff Stokely and Tamara Bonneville. Tamara Bonneville is an excellent color artist. She is also the one doing the colors over on Boom Studios Once and Future with Kieran Gillen. Dan Mora is on the art on that series as well. I'm telling you, it's a good series. So this one, I don't know. This one might be interesting. Let's see what it says. It says the Ludocrats, the aristocrats of Ludicrous, a collision of the ornate fantasy of Dune and an M-rated Asterix and Obelix. Baron Otto von Hades and Professor Hades 0K are here, and they are going to save us all. Scratch that out. They are going to have a nice time. Let's see. The universe screams in pleasure. Writhing, finally satisfied, complete, joyous. Okay, so I don't know. This one seems like it might be something kind of ridiculous out there. Might be a silly book. Who knows? I guess we'll find out if that's something you're interested. Let's let me know down in the comments below what you think about that. I don't know. I don't know about this Ludocrat stuff. It sounds silly, and they do have previews in there of it as well. Nailbiter Returns #1. Being called Nailbiter Returns, I will guess that there was a first Nailbiter as well, which this is from Joshua Williamson, with the artist and cover artist being Mike Henderson. It says here, 16 of the world's worst serial killers were all born in the same small town, but Agent Finch and Sheriff Crane solved and buried that mystery, didn't they? Violent copycat murders imitating the infamous Buckaroo Butchers have begun in Portland, Oregon, and if Finch wants the killings to stop, he'll have to team up with the daughter of the nail-biter himself. A brand new mystery begins in this extra-length first issue. Extra length, and it's saying it's only $3.99, so hey, there you go. Not bad. And you can see some of the art there in that book as well. And guys, one more thing, I wanted to make sure that I told you guys, I haven't told you guys yet today. Make sure that you stay hydrated. Drink some water. It'll be good for you. I'm sipping on some coffee as well, though. So yeah, Nailbiter. I don't know. I'm sure, like I said, I'm sure it's it sounds like a a continuation of a series that was out there before. But yeah, I don't know. Let's see what else we got here. The Exorcisters #6. Okay, so that's been one that's been going on. Most of the rest of these are going to be ongoing ones. We got Family Tree Volume 1 getting ready to come out on trade paperback. I think I've read the first 3 on those. I think issue #4 should be coming out sometime later this month. We'll check that out and do a review on it. More trade paperbacks here. It looks like they're going to be doing some Image Firsts again. We're going to have Deadly Class, some Outcasts, Snot Girl, Oblivion Song, Isola. Okay, so that'll be interesting. Get some more Image Firsts, and those Image Firsts are a good reason to head out to your local comic book shop. They only cost $1. That's it. They only cost $1. You can't beat a comic book for $1. You know what I mean? Now it's not like it's gonna really ever be worth anything if you're somebody who's a collector. But hey, if you're a collector and they got one of those image firsts out there, and you got a book, and maybe you've got it slabbed or something, you can have a copy there that's reprinted to to read. Okay, let's see what else we got going on here. Let's see. Jason Preston says, "When does the new idiosyncratic routine drop?" Points to anybody who gets that. Yeah, I got that from Chasing Amy, the comic book that they did in that movie. Okay, we got Dark Horse Comics here. Got a few number ones. It looks like we got Spy Island, Alien, the original screenplay #1, Colonel Weird, Cosmodog #1. So I don't know. Let's see here. Chelsea Kane is on Spy Island. This is going to be issue 1 of 4 with Chelsea Kane writing, Elise McCall on arts, Rochelle Rosenberg on colors. Rochelle Rosenberg's pretty good at colors, and Leah Mitternick on covers and variant covers. That's on sale April 1st. April Spy Nora Frood, no relation, has a plum has a plum assignment. She's stationed on a tropical island. Her mission? Keep an eye on things. Her problem? The island is on the lip of the Bermuda Triangle where anything can happen. Her other problem? This particular island is a den of intrigue populated by spies, tourists, and evil villains set on global domination. Spy Island is a 4-issue special limited series by the creative team that brought you Man-Eaters. Okay, so there we go. We got it right there, and they got 2 different covers here. We got this main one for Spy Island, and they got this variant cover here as well. It looks to be kind of disco there. Does that not looks kind of disco if you ask me? Let's see right there. Boom, boom, disco baby, yeah. Anyway, okay, so we've also got The Last Night of St. Hagen, #1 of 4 by Mike Mignola. Scott Alley is writer, along with Scott Alley. Andrea Muddy is on arts, Lee Lowridge on colors, and Sebastian Fiumara on the covers. This one is a wily Polish spy pursued by a group of Nazi enforcers, flees through the small town of Torin. The year is 1939, the beginning of the German occupation, and he carries important information for the resistance. But a bullet, a tomb, and a ghost, perhaps even God, have their own plans for the spy, and they will involve the mystical crusader knight St. Hagen. Mike Mignola and Scott Alley join with artist Andrea Muddy and colorist Lee Lowridge to bring you this dark tale of bloody intrigue and otherworldly horror. I don't know. Sounds interesting. Got Alien, the original screenplay. Cristiano Saxis is the writer. Guilherme Balbi on arts. I'm sure I butchered that name. And covers. Candace Hahn is on colors, and Dave Stewart on colors, it looks like. And Walter Simonson on the variant cover. This one's just basically going to be, it says, en route back to Earth, the crew of the Starship Snark intercepts an alien transmission. Their investigation leads them to a desolate planetoid, a crashed alien spacecraft, and pyramidic structure of unknown origin. Then the terror begins. Yeah, and as far as I know, this is just like adapted from the original screenplay of Alien. So if you're into Alien, you should probably definitely want to go and check that out. Sith Lord says, when Image first started up, that was my favorite company. Nice. Yeah, I was gonna say that, and yeah, they started up because that was like a bunch of the big guys at the time kind of broke away and started doing their own thing, and that's cool, man. That's cool. Karen Gillan, like Nebula? No, Kieran Gillan. Yeah, Kieran, Kie. Kieran Gillan. No Brighter Return sounds fun. That's pretty interesting. Today's episode brought to you by water. Yes, stay hydrated. Stay hydrated. Disco, not evil villains. Whatever happened to the nice villains? I know, right? Whatever happened to those nice villains? Matt Santiago says, morning to all Trinity, Captain Fanjexer, Tara, Jason, Gary, and Sith Lord. Thank you so much for being here, Max Santiago. Now, guys, everybody, make sure that you smash that like button if you haven't already done it. Make sure you did that. Sith Lord says, still tired but good. How about you? All right, yeah, I hear you. That's why you gotta get up and move early in the mornings, guys. Get out and do something. Even if just go for a little walk. Just little something, get the blood flowing. Even just a little warm up. Colonel Weird Dog Cosmo Dog number 104. This is a 4-issue miniseries. Jeff Lemire is the writer. Tyler Crook is on arts and cover, and Jeff Lemire with Dave Stewart on the variant cover. From the world of the Eisner-winning Black Hammer series comes a bizarre sci-fi adventure origin story. Wacky space adventurer Colonel Randall Weird leaves Black Hammer Farm and embarks on a strange journey through space and time for something that he's long forgotten, with his sanity and life at stake. So if you're into that, hey, go check that out. I don't know. Then we got looks like we got just some more books here from Image. That's probably obviously the only Image ones that are gonna. Oh man, come on! Why is it taking so long? I should have downloaded it. Should have just downloaded it. Let's see. We got Everything 2, number 1 of 5. Okay, guys, Everything has been a great series. It's being written by Christopher Cantwell, the same writer who has been writing the Doctor Doom series over for Marvel Comics. It's got art by Ian J. Colbert. I like this book because it's about basically a big box retailer setting up shop in this little small town in Michigan, but it's also possessing people and taking people over, making them into these robot hybrid kind of weirdy people. It's crazy. It's pretty crazy. It's been pretty interesting. I really do like that. So I can't wait to read Everything issue number 1 of 5 on Everything 2. It's gonna be good. And I believe issue number 5 already came out of Everything. I need to do some more reviews on that series because I like that series. Let's see what else we got here. We got a little more by Dark Horse. We got some trade paperbacks. Like I said, here mostly we're going to focus on the on most of the number 1s here. The stuff that's going to come up. Most of these other ones, if you're into number 2s, number 3s, chances are you've probably already got it on your comic book pull list. Here we move into IDW Comics. First one we've got here is Sleeping Beauties number 1, Gem of the Month. Writer is Rio Ewers. I'm sure I pronounced that wrong. Ewers. Artist is Allison Sampson. Covers by Annie Wu. The B cover is Jenny Woodall. Jana Heisterdorf is on another variant, and then Diana Naniva is on another variant on there as well. So hey, cool. Check that one out. This one says based on the horror novel by Stephen King and Owen King, and adapted by Rio Ewers, The Forgotten Girl, and Allison Sampson, Hit Girl, and Winnebago Graveyard, with the covers by Annie Wu, Black Canary, and Hawkeye. A strange sleeping sickness known as Aurora has fallen over the world, and strangest of all, it only affects women. In the small town of Dueling, a mysterious woman has walked out of the woods. She calls herself Eve and leaves a trail of carnage behind her. More mysterious, she's the only one unaffected by this sleeping sickness. No comment. I'm just kidding. Okay, let's see what else we got here, and then we got some alternate covers there for this book. So it's based on a Stephen and Owen King book. I don't know much about that, so hey, I don't know. Right here we got another gem of the month. This is the Star Wars Adventures Clone Wars number 1. I will probably be putting this on my comic book pull list and picking this up because this is from writer Michael Morisi with artist Derek Charm and Ariana Florian. Cover by Derek Charm, and the B cover by Michael Avalon Oming. It says this exciting weekly series explores a time of great upheaval in the galaxy, the Clone Wars, while Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker and other Jedi Knights fight against incredible odds Commander Cody, Captain Rex, and other clones pinned down for the duration swap war stories that feature your favorite characters from the Clone Wars animated series, such as Padme Amidala, General Grievous, and many more. So, okay, these are going to be releasing week after week for 5 weeks. Ooh, man, I don't know. Oh man, now I'm rethinking that. But I do like the idea of Michael Morisi being on here. He's a good writer. He does plenty of books that I really enjoy reading. So make sure you check that out. And one of those books is one I have been talking about that I believe comes out in March, and that is Hexagon issue number 1 coming out on Impact Theory Comics. He's also got Archangel 8 issue number 1 coming out on, well, I can't remember what studio that is, but I talked about that last month as well. So yeah, good stuff. Ooh, we got my favorite My Little Pony. My Little Pony. Sounds like my type of woman. Yeah, it's not all that big. Let's see. We got some more here. Transformers 84 Secrets and Lies number 1 of 4 over there on IDW Comics. So, you know, if you're into the Transformers, you might want to check that out. Transformers 84. There's a distinction there. Then we've also got Transformers versus the Terminator number 2 of 4. That one's one that started last month. I remember we talked a little bit about that. That sounds pretty interesting, and the cover was pretty dope from the one that was starting up last month as well. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Jenica number 3 of 3. So the last one of those 3 on that series. Let's see what else we got here. More IDW. Like I said, all these we're mostly concentrating on issue number 1s here. Is what we're gonna wanting to pay attention to for the most part. Okay. Uh-oh, I'm going too fast for it now. Ooh, look at that. Black Widow coming up. Okay, now it looks like we're moving into Dynamite here next. We've got The Boys, Dear Becky, issue number 1. This is writer Garth Ennis, artist Russ Braun, and covers by Derek Robertson. It says 12 years after the events of The Boys, Huey finds himself back home in Scotland, where he intends to finally marry Annie in the company of friends and family. But the sudden appearance of a peculiar document sends our hero into a tailspin and threatens to bring the events of his nightmarish past crashing down on him in the worst possible way. There was only one story about the boys. There was one story about the boys that Huey never knew. Now, whether he likes it or not, he's going to. So it sounds like it's a continuation of the very popular The Boys series being done by Dynamite Comics. So look forward to that coming out. Who knows? Maybe are they going to use this to continue the TV series? I don't know. And I still haven't finished those seasons of The Boys either. Discovery Bay Comics, thank you so much for being here. JB, how are you doing, man? Hope you're doing well, man. And James is here as well. James from DKOT Star Wars. Oh, is it DKOT Rebels now? Hey, awesome. Yeah, I caught a couple of his recent live streams. Let's see what else we got here. Trade paperback of Garth Ennis' Battlefields. We got Nancy Drew and the Hardy Boys, The Death of Nancy Drew, issue number 1, writer by Anthony Del Call, with artist Joe Eisma, covers by Joe Eisma. Okay. And then some variant cover artists as well. So hey, if you guys are into Nancy Drew or the Hardy Boys, you should make sure that you go check that one out. Get it put on your pull list so you can make sure you get your copies of that. Let's see, we got some hardcovers. We got some more Vampirella. You know, they a lot of what Dynamite does is just nice covers. They got some very beautiful covers. As a matter of fact, you know who probably don't like Dynamite covers? It's probably Immortal Biggie Shaq. I was watching Perry Comics last night. As he was out there in the comic book community. He was out there lurking. And he came upon this video of Biggie Shaq out there being a hater of all the comic book community. And he called this he called one of the guys out because he likes going and partaking in comic book covers like Vampirella and things like that. He made fun of him, saying that if he likes boobies, he picks it up. If it has boobies on it, he picks it up. And you know what? You know what's wrong with that, Immortal Biggie Shack? Absolutely nothing, brother. There's nothing wrong with covers that have boobies on them. So boo on you, Immortal Biggie Shack. We're coming for you, baby. You can bring it on here to the 2nd Street Marvel if you want some. Oh yeah. But that was a pretty funny stream that, that he was doing over there, man. Biggie Shack, he was cracking me up on that, man. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that whole live stream. Perry Comics put that up there, dude. And I was just, oh man, I was cracking up. That was so hilarious. Oh yeah, Xenoscope too. Yeah, Xenoscope. Let's see who else out there is there. Who's the ones who do all the Boundless? Is it Boundless Comics that does like Jungle Fantasy and stuff like that? I can't remember the company who does like Zombie Tramp and stuff like that as well. But I thought it was funny stuff. You guys got to go check out Immortal Biggie Shack stuff, dude. Funny stuff, man. Hilarious stuff. He was cracking me up. But yeah, Dynamite does a lot of that. You know, the Red Sonja. Ooh, right here we got the Death to the Army of Darkness. I've already got these things on order, man. These things are already on my pull list. Let's see what else we got here. Like I said, we're going to concentrate mostly on number ones here, you know, and Dynamite don't really have a whole lot of number ones because they keep their things on going. What's interesting here is they got Crackdown, the trade paperback, coming out. I'm not sure if they still have all of those all of those in single issues at my local comic book shop, but yeah, I've been interested in checking that out. Remember that Crackdown video game? I used to have it, and I think I let my friend borrow it after he sold his copy, and I never got it back. Dang it. I like that game, Crackdown. And I think they came out with a second one as well. Ooh, on Boom Studios, Faithless 2, issue number 1. Here we are in the Boom Studio. Okay, was that? Okay, no, it's probably coming up. In the Boom Studios, they do a lot of these Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I know they're very popular. I know my friend Joe over at Joe's Geek Show, he loves his Mighty Morphin Power Rangers comics, man. He loves them. We got more of the Power Ranger stuff. They got Go Power Rangers, Saban's Go Power Rangers. You see everything they got there, man. They got a lot of that going on. And here we go right here with Faithless 2, issue number 1 of 6. So another 6-issue miniseries coming for Faithless, being written by Brian Azzarello, illustrated by Maria Lovett. Covers are by Maria Lovett, the main ones, and Tula Lotte is the connecting erotic variant. And from what I know, I think they do make some pretty erotic variants. You'd have to ask Perry from Perry's Comics about that. Captain Pennsylvania says, did you do Macho Man and Hulkster in one? I don't know. Was that? I don't know. I was just, to me, it was just wrestling voice. That's really, I guess I never really, I guess I could always do like Hercule voice if you wanted me to. I'm the strongest fighter in the world. Y'all know me, Mr. Satan. Do they still have Lady Death and Evil Ernie comics? Lady Death is done, I think, by Coffin Comics. I think they're done by Coffin Comics. But Faithless issue number 2 is definitely guaranteed to be some smut. If you want some smut put on your comic book pull list, you should go check that out. The Lost City of Heracleon. Original graphic novel hardcover. Interesting. Very interesting. I've never heard of that one, but if it's, I'm guessing that, it's, been already out. Another original graphic cover, Buffy Every Generation number 1, by Morgan Beam and Lauren Garcia, Neela Magruder, and Caitlin Yarsky, and more. This is interesting. 48 pages, $7.99. The secret origins of some of the most important slayers in history, and the first appearance of a new character with a familiar face who will change the way you look at Buffy and everything about her world. This is a Buffy comic that everyone will be talking about, and most important new character in over 20 years. Interesting. So yeah, okay, and that's coming from upcoming from Boom Studios. Man, we're running out of time to get to all of these, man. To get to all these books we should be talking about. Alienated number 3 coming out by that month as well. I just picked up Alienated issue number 1. I've got that right here. already. I haven't give it a read yet, but I'll probably be reading that later today to talk about. And then here we get into some of these smaller publishers. Here we get into Aardvark. We get into Ablaze Comics. We got Red Nails issue #1 coming out from Ablaze Comics. Writer is Regis Hauteri. Artist by Oliver Olivier Valentine. Didier Casagrain is the cover is on arts. They're on arts, and the cover artist is Didier Casagrain. So yeah, interesting stuff. Let's see what else. What else we got here? Spotlight on Friday Foster collected hardcover. This is Friday Foster. That's on whose comics is that on? Looks like is that on Ablaze then, or looks like it. Yeah, it's on Ablaze Comics. We've also got Star Wars: The Saga Unfolds, an illustrated timeline by Abrams Books for Young Readers. Let's see what else we got here. Another featured item, Kent State. What is this? It looks like that's probably a book, maybe an illustrated graphic novel or something here. Let's see. Any other #1s? The Tale of a Well-Hung Man. On God, who is this on? Acme Inc. Comics, I guess. The Tale of a Well-Hung Man. Hey, there you go. If you need the tale of a well-hung man, hey, I don't need to read a comic book about that. I've been living it, buddy. Right? Hey, see how even I'm laughing at that? You see how even I'm laughing at that? Here by Aftershock Comics. You guys know I love Aftershock Comics. We get Disaster Incorporated #1, written by Joe Harris. Sebastian Prezi is the artist. Carlos M. Mangual is the letterer. Andy Clark with Jose Villarrubia is on the cover. Coley Hamner is on the incentive cover. In 2011, the worst earthquake in Japan's history breached the coastal Fukushima Daiichi power plant, causing 3 of its 4 nuclear reactors to melt down. Forced evacuations followed as the event released through radioactive material into the air, ground, and water to force officials to set up an exclusion zone, effectively sealing off the island for what may be the rest of human history. But that's only if you don't have the right connections and the desire to experience catastrophe, failure, and misery as it really is. Enter Disaster Incorporated, an underground tourism outfit intent on helping people of means, secrets, and agendas explore the dark corners and off-map attractions typical tour groups won't go, and various laws don't allow. Only Fukushima knows for its famed warrior class and their protection of the land and people dating back to ancient times is full of deadly surprises and ghosts. I gotta tell you guys, like that to me started to sound like a bunch of words jumbled together. Did that not? Was it just my reading, or did that start to sound like a bunch of words just kind of jam-packed together? I don't know. I was sitting there reading it, and all of a sudden I'm sitting like reading. I'm like, what this doesn't like what? Nuclear reactors melted down, and they're closing off the island. Somebody's gonna come in and try to figure out what's going on and put an end to it. Okay, can we just sum it up to that? That right? Like, I'm telling you, these comic book companies don't know how to promote their. They don't know how to promote their books, man. $4.99 on this book, and it seems like I think Chris from Chaos and Comics was saying that it seems like they've been doing that with a lot of their #1s, going with this $4.99 stuff, just like they're going here with Deadly Day #1, written by Ryan Parrott, artist Evgeny Bornyakov. Obviously, that's I butchered that name. Juancho Velez is the colorist. Charles Pritchett is the letterer. Andy Clark with Jose Villarrubia is the cover artist. Francesco Francavilla is the incentive cover. If the dead could come back for just one night, would we want them to? Meet Hoskins, a seemingly normal suburban family, as they prepare for the annual macabre holiday known as Dead Day, when the deceased rise from the grave from sunset to sunrise. Some come back to reunite with family and friends, others for one last night of debauchery, still others with only one thing on their decomposing mind. Revenge. You know, I got to tell you that honestly. I mean, didn't we already seen Coco? Come on, man. I know I'm being bad. I'm just kidding around here, guys. Calm down. Um, but yeah, Disaster Incorporated does look cool, Max Santiago. It does. But that jumbled words of stuff that they were having me read there, I don't know. That it kind of lost me there. Artemis and the Assassin #2 getting ready to come out. Let's see what else we got. Man Who Effed Up Time #3 by then. I've still got to drop my review on the Man Who Effed Up Time, but I did read that. I thought it was decent. Undone by Blood issue #1. I just picked up this week as well. We'll be checking that out. Right here is one I want to show you right here. Midnight Vista is coming out on trade paperback as well. I need to make sure that I get that ordered. I'm interested in that. They didn't have issue #1 at my local comic book shop. Otherwise, I would have picked up the single issues. They got 2, 3, 4, and 5, but they didn't have the rest. So I'm going to wait for the trade paperback. I can't wait to read this. The only other person I've really heard talking about how great this book is Bueller. Comics with Bueller. He's the only other one I've really been hearing pushing that title. Let's see what else we got here. Ash and Thorn #1 on Ahoy Comics. Right here, we can go ahead and click on that one. Show you guys what this is all about. Writer Mariah McCourt, artist Sue Lee, cover artist Jill Thompson. Apocalypse is nigh. The world needs a champion, and the only heir to a sacred mystical lineage is an old lady. Meet Lottie Thorne, reluctant savior of the world, and her elderly trained Lady Peruvia Ashlington Voss. They might not look it, but these women are prepared to take on any big bad that comes along. But first, perhaps a nice cup of tea. Every Ahoy comic also features extra prose stories and illustrations. Go ahead and take a look at that cover there. I don't know. Interesting to say the least, I guess. So yeah, I guess there's. Hey, come on, what happened there? There's that. Moving on. What else do we got here? Oh dang it! What did it zoom in on me or something here? There we go. Let's see what else we got coming out. Emerald Entertainment. There you go. Cave Woman, Badlands one shot. Look at them covers, baby. I mean, booby. I mean, you know what I'm saying. Bueller, a Midnight Vista fanboy. Yeah, I need to check it out. I didn't realize that it was being written by Elliot Rawl. Elliot Rawl has been writing the cult classic over on Vault Comics, the Creature feature, and I freaking love that book. So after I realized that, I was like, oh, I'm for sure buying this comic book and checking it out. I noticed the covers are being done by Juan Doe on there as well. He's got very distinctive art, which I'm kind of wondering, does anybody know what happened to Bad Reception on Aftershock Comics? I haven't heard of it since issue #3. Like, I'm waiting for the finish of that. I'm waiting for the conclusion, man. Aftershock Comics. Where's my issue where's my issue #4? Or at least issue #4. #5. I don't care. I better get my last issue of Bad Reception, man. Come on, you can't, you guys are leaving me hanging with blue. You know what I'm saying. Let's see what else we got here. Sabrina the Teenage Witch #1 on Archie Comics. Interesting. We got some Archie versus Predator. Let's see what else we got here coming out. Fathom #1, another #1 for Fathom. I think they just started one last year. I remember I bought it and checked it out. It was okay. Right here, some of these right here on Upshot. Upshot Comics is where Archangel is coming out. I need to get some of these on my order list, on my pull list. Year Zero, I want to make sure that I get a copy of that. Writer Benjamin Percy. I definitely want to check this one out. Let's see what's it say right here. This team up to Benjamin Percy and Ramon Rosnes team up to present an epic tale that offers a global look at the zombie apocalypse. A Japanese hitman, a Mexican street urchin, and Afghan military aid. A polar research scientist, a Midwestern American survivalist, 5 survivors, and a horrific global epidemic who must draw upon their unique skills and deepest instincts to navigate a world of shambling dead. Year Zero wrestles with the weighty moral and theological questions posed by the pandemic and investigates its cause and possible cure. Sounds very interesting. Benjamin Percy has been writing X-Force, my favorite of the Dawn of X book, so I can't wait to read that. The other one I need to get on my pull list is Resistance, issue number 1, probably as well. I may do that. I don't know. Maybe I'll leave it out. But it's being written by J. Michael Straczynski, illustrated by Mike Deodato. It sounds like all these may at some point kind of come together. But these issue number 2s I may put on my pull list if I can't get issue number 1s. Put on my pull list still and get those ordered in. Because they have this one that's coming called right here. You can see called Upshot Now. That is going to be the firsts of all of those series, in case you missed any of them. But the other one I want to see if I can get put on my pull list is Hotel, issue number 1. For some reason, I must have missed that last month. Hotel issue number 1 being written by John Lees. John Lees has been writing Mountainhead, which I have loved. Mountainhead on IDW Comics. But Michael Morisi is doing Archangel issue number 8, or Archangel 8 issue number 2 is going to be coming out as well. I already have that on my comic book pull list as well because it's written by Michael Morisi. But yeah, if you missed any of those firsts on April 1st for $5, they're going to have all of these books in there on one collected edition. They're going to have Fight Girls. The Resistance, as well as Archangel 8 and Red Border, and even Hotel issue number 1 in this collected edition for $5. So if you missed any of those first, if I can't get those on my comic book pull list, if I can't get them added, if my comic book shop still can't get them ordered, I am definitely going to have them order me this right here for $5. You're getting 144 pages. That's like a trade paperback for $5, guys. Okay? If go out to your local comic book shop, if you missed any of those and you want to read them, go out there and tell them right here, $5, guys. You can't beat that. For a trade paperback, that's basically all that is. That's basically all that is for $5. You know, buy a couple of copies. Tell your local comic book shop if they're reluctant to buy it. Tell them you'll buy 2 copies and, you know, do an A-OK to somebody. Do an A-OK to somebody, right? Do an A-OK. Another Sabrina number 1. It comes out in March, says Perry Comics. Oh, which one? Which one did I... Oh. I must have missed something there. Yeah. But yeah, these Upshot number 1s, if you missed any of them, like, let's go check it out. You can't beat that for $5. For $5 a trade paperback, that's a hell of a good deal. I'm actually stupid for even wanting to go put those number 1s on my pull list now because that's for $5. But then I might as well have those that I can keep on the side. Then I can have the one that I can read in the trade paperback version. So I don't know, just something to think about. Let's see. Ooh, Boundless. Ooh, Boundless Comics. Oh, sorry, guys. Did I get too into that? I think they're getting too into it. I would actually like to check some of these out, to be honest with you. Some of the erotic cover and stuff. Like, because not necessarily this smut kind of stuff out there is what got me into drawing. Because I'm an artist, you know, I draw as well. But who it was that got me into that kind of stuff was Boris Viejo and his wife Julie Bell. You know, like we used to get the Boris calendars every year. I like provocative art like that. I mean, that's what art is for, man. But I like it, you know. But to me, I just like the human physique, you know, like drawing it and stuff like that. It's just really nice. We've also got some more Boundless comic books coming there. Cave Pictures Publishing. Got a trade paperback coming out here. George McDonald's The Light Princess Complete Trade Paperback Edition. Cave Pictures also has Shapes issue number 6 coming out there as well. Guys, I've really liked that Shapes book. If you like something that's more geared towards a younger audience, like say teenagers or something, I'm gonna let my kids read this one because Shapes is a really good book. I've got to do a review of issue number 3 that I just got in last week, and probably will kind of review the whole series. Shapes is a great book. I've liked it. Let's see. Kaivu Volume 1 on Cinebook. Let's see what else we got here. Coffin Comics. There's the Lady Death right there from Coffin Comics. This is funny right here, the Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez comic book. That's hilarious. That Boundless is hot. Oh, yeah. Bad Reception comes out in March. Really? It's about time, man. Like, dude, I've been waiting for that. I didn't remember seeing that in the previews last month. I don't remember seeing that in the previews last month, but it needs to come out, man. I've been waiting for that because I like the first 3 issues of that. It's really good stuff. It's really good stuff. Let's see what else we got here. Come on, where's some more comic books at? We're running out of time here. We're running out of time. Um, Ooh, those Iron Maiden comic books are very interesting to me on Heavy Metal Magazine. That's pretty sweet, man. That's pretty sweet. Let's see what else. What else we got here? Impact Theories Hexagon. Guys, I'm probably going to have them order both of these covers in for me as well. I love Impact Theory. Get here on YouTube, search Impact Theory. It's going to take you to Tom Bilyeu's channel. Go check out what they do over there. I love Tom Bilyeu's channel here on YouTube. Great thing. He interviews all kinds of people in business and in the health industry and things like that. Does some really great stuff on Tuesdays and Thursdays. You guys got to go check out his channel. Good stuff. But Hexagon issue number 2 coming out in April as well. Ooh, Ninja Robots. Nice. Ninja Robots. Who's that? Those are some issue number 1s coming out on Keen Spot Entertainment. Keen Spot Entertainment? Yeah, Keen Spot Entertainment from Ninja Robots. Looks like they got several different covers coming up there. Make sure you check that out if you're into something like that. We're running out of time, so I'm not going to be able to read all of these, all of the titles of all these books and everything. Read everything off right now. But maybe some of the more important ones, the ones that look a little bit bigger and more interesting, I don't know. Let me know if you guys want me to cover on one. And I can go back. Let's see. Mythos Comics Spotlight on Deep Blue issue number 1 right here. Let's see what it says here. Deep Blue number 1. Dobbs is the lone human survivor of an artificial intelligence apocalypse, tortured and interrogated by mechs who believe he is their creator. His only desire is to be freed from his torment until he makes a shocking discovery that changes everything. This is written by Bragi Shutt and artist by John Upchurch. Go ahead and take a look at that cover there. I don't know. Interesting. Looks like it might be some sort of cyberpunk kind of thing. And in case you guys don't know me, man, I like cyberpunk. So, I don't know. Interesting to say the least. Let's see, what else do we got here? Ooh, we got some Oni Press coming up. Looks like a series by Cullen Bunn coming out here. We got Rogue Planet, written by Cullen Bunn, Andy McDonald, colors by Nick Filardi. Cover A is Andy McDonald, cover B by Kyle Stram. Salvage vessel Cortez tracks the lonely orphan, a planet with no star system to call its own. Somewhere on this hostile rock is a payload fit for a king. To attain it, though, the crew of the Cortez must brave Razor Rock, poisonous vapors, treacherous footing, and the most mind-numbing horrors imaginable. Something nightmarish at work on lonely orphans. Something cruel. Something hungry. Written by Cullen Bunn. Cullen Bunn's a pretty decent writer. I haven't read anything by him that's bad. So this sounds kind of interesting. It's on Lion Forge Comics. Let me know what you guys think about that. Waiting for Cyberpunk 2077, says Sith Lord. Got to get that AOC comic. Sure, it's a real intellectual read, says Sith Lord. You know what? I doubt it's intellectual. It's probably actually just very hilarious. Because I don't think they take those comics seriously. I haven't read one, but I've heard that they're pretty entertaining. Entertaining. Let's see, Backtrack. I'm interested in going and checking this out. I think Chris from Chaos and Comics got me interested in this one. I'm gonna see if my LCS actually has that in stock. I want to check on that one. Let's see what else we got here. We got some other number 1s getting ready to come out here. We're already in the P's, so we're moving right along pretty well here. Looks like we've got some trade paperbacks. Eerie Tales magazine number 1. Interesting. Ooh, here we go. Here we go. Yes, I'm oohing and eyeing here, guys. Oh man, come on. There we go. There we go. I got it. Okay, this one's on Red 5 Comics. Red 5 does some pretty good books. We've got writer James Gillart and artist Tony Donley. The 21st century arms race is a digital one. Instead of stealth bombers, governments are developing stealth malware for political and economical gain. Newman, a secret government agency co founded by the FBI, CIA, and NSA, protects the United States from these next generation threats. However, things go astray when a woman with no past washes up on the shores of Geneva with secrets that could bring down the agency in order to protect the United States' real assets, its citizens. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Take a look at that cover right there. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? That actually sounds pretty interesting. Red 5 Comics does some pretty good books. It's issue number 1 of 5, so we know that we're only getting a 5-issue miniseries here. Sometimes I like that about a book, knowing that we're just getting 5 issues. Sounds interesting. Sounds, I don't know, I don't know. Sounds good. It sounds good to me. We got an Archie original horror novel, book 1, A Werewolf in Riverdale. Interesting. That's on Scholastic Incorporated. Scout Comics got Assassin and Son number 1 coming out here. Looks like we've got April is WrestleMania season, featuring the comic writing debuts of former WWE wrestlers Shad Jasperd and Mark Kopani. Assassin and Son is a gritty urban western set in present-day New York. Donovan Braddock is a one-man killing unit who works with a team of covert assassins known as the Horsemen. When Braddock attempts to live a normal life and leave his old violent life behind, he discovers that violence still allows him and as his wife is cold-heartedly murdered in front of both him and his young son. Now, with nothing to live for, this tragic event sends father and son on an epic journey of revenge and consequence that becomes their path of vengeance. I gotta say that actually sounds pretty interesting right there. It sounds pretty interesting, and that's on Scout Comics. Scout, I've read I think like one title on, and I should be getting the trade on that here pretty soon. But I don't know. Another interesting one they have over here is this one right here, Everglade Angels number 1. Let's see. Blake Northcott with Scott Lobdell are the writers. Artists and cover artists are Rock Upchurch. A wrong turn down a dead-end road, a car that won't start. An unspeakable evil emerges from the darkness. No phones, no weapons, no escape. Think you've seen this all before? Think again. When a girls' softball team takes a shortcut through the Florida Everglades, they veer off the path towards a night they'll never forget. Drinking, dancing, one last hurrah before college starts, and they go their separate ways. When they stumble into a trap set by a murderous cult, the stage is set for a night of blood-soaked carnage, but the cult has never dealt with victims who are ready to fight back. Interesting. Go ahead and take a look at that cover there. I don't know, guys. Sounds kind of interesting. What do you think? Should we check this one out? Should we check out Everglade Angels? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that. Wrong Turn. I was thinking Wrong Turn. Also kind of sounds like. Oh man, what was I thinking of? I can't even remember what I was thinking of now. But I'm sure I'll think of it here by the time we get to the end. We got Skyland number 1 on Source Point Press. Let's see what this is all about. Let's see, we got Fred Packard, Josh Valeri, with art by Adam Cozart. Princess Carly, being the only noble of proper age from her nation, has prepared her entire life to become a serpent rider. Accompanied by the royal guard and her handmaiden, Skylin, she sets out on the long road with glory on her mind. However, powerful forces are emerging from the shadows and seek a dark future for the world. Ooh, and who do we got here? Let's see. Oh man, let's see. What was that again? I seen that come up here. What do we got here? Let's see. What was that? Looks like we got James Watson has just subscribed. Thank you so much, James Watson, your for your patronage of the channel. Thank you. We greatly appreciate that. Okay, so Skyline kind of sounds like I gotta say honestly, kind of sounds like Frozen. Kind of sounds like Frozen. I don't know. It could still be good though. It could still be good. Um, let's see what else we got here. What else is coming out? We're getting here towards the end here, guys. We can see we're in the S's now. We got some Titan comics getting ready to come out here. Some different ones. Let's see what we got here. Life is Strange, Partners in Time #1. I know they've been doing Life is Strange all together in the first place. So, if you were into that first story, you might want to check this one out. New series that's obviously going to tie into that. You might want to check it out if you were reading that last series. I'm telling you. Blade Runner 2019, Off-World. What's this all about? What's this all about? Is this a new one? Are they going into a new one? I don't know, because I've liked Blade Runner 2019 altogether. Maybe they're just putting a semicolon in there with Off-World. Blade Runner has been a great series. I've really enjoyed it. I have no complaints. I'll make sure that I tell them to make sure that they got this on my pull list as well. Not that I think that they won't take it off. They'll probably still put it on there and get it in, hopefully. So yeah, I look forward to that, definitely. Ooh, they got these Black Widow movie specials coming out for $12.99 over here. They got a few different covers of those. They're not final covers, I will tell you that. As well as the Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back anniversary special, as well. I mean, that's going to be a hardcover for $19.99, or looks like they will have regular covers for $12.99 as well. Probably a trade paperback of it. So yeah, the hardcover is going to be $19.99. If you want something like that, you should make sure that you get that put on a pre-order so you can make sure that your LCS will get that in. Because I know my LCS, they don't get those kind of things in a lot of times unless unless it's something they're really interested in or think will sell. Like any smart company would do. You don't want to buy stuff that's just going to sit on your shelves. Let's see what else do we got here. Vanguard, Van Ryder. These looks like they're hardcovers, so they're trade paperbacks coming out. Valiant Comics. We've got the Exo Man of War issue #2 right here. Final Witness #1 of 5. Written by Ray Fawkes. Art by Jeremy Hahn. Cover by Raza. Cover B by Michael Walsh. Pre-order cover by Jeremy Hahn. Okay, it says. Let's see. Does it say? It doesn't really say anything about this particular book. It says. Ray Fawkes and Jeremy Hahn ignite a chilling new crime noir mystery. A superpowered serial killer is terrorizing San Francisco, but they're no Zodiac. They're worse. With a new electrified hero on the scene, will a new electrified hero on the scene be able to stop the rising body count? Interesting. I don't know. Will he? Willy Wonka? Okay, now we're in Vault Comics, one of my favorite publishers out there. We got The 100 Wolves coming out. This is number 1. This is a new series. I don't know, both of these covers actually look pretty sweet if you ask me, but let's see here what this says. We got writer Mike Cole, artist Tony Akins, with cover art by Nathan Gooden on this one right here. The 100 Wolves are bloody-handed terrors of the steppe. The steppe or steep? Andre and Oksana have left the Cossack band to raise their daughter on a farm they hold from the noble Count Ostoja. But the raiding life isn't done with them. Both the 100 Wolves and the couple's new liege lord wish to employ their deadly skills, and neither will take no for an answer. From celebrated author Mike Cole and venerable artist Tony Akins comes a story of war and family, blending historical fiction with a touch of fantasy. I don't know. Sounds kind of interesting. We might check out issue #1 and see how that turns out. It's on Vault Comics, and guys, I've liked most of the titles coming out on Vault Comics. I really do like what they're doing over there. We've also got Finger Guns issue #3, No One's Rose issue #2, and Heathen issue #11 getting ready to come out there as well. The Plot issue #5 is coming out. Yes. This is awesome. I love the plot. One of my favorite books out there. Sarah and the Royal Stars, issue number 8. I love Sarah and the Royal Stars. An absolutely great series. Another one right here. Trade paperback creature cult classic creature feature coming in April. If you didn't read the single issues, go order this at your local comic book shop. Volume 1, 160 pages, full color, $17.99 of pure horror bliss. I love this book. It's being written by Elliot Rawl, artist John Bivens, colorists are Jerry and Monahan, lettered by Taylor Esposito. I'm telling you guys, cult classic creature feature is freaking great. It's a great book. Go order this trade paperback if you haven't been reading it. I'm telling you, I'm not joking around. Go put it on your comic book pull list. Go to your local call them up right now. If you East Coasters out there watching right now, Perry, I know you're out there lurking. Call up your local comic shop and have Cult Classic Creature Feature put on your comic book pull list. Call them. You can take that to the bank, and I'd buy that for $1. And any other cool taglines from RoboCop. Let's see what else we got. We got some Xenoscope Entertainment. You know, once you go Xenoscope, you don't go back. They've got some nice art in their books. I definitely like what Xenoscope puts out. They do actually put out some very interesting books and titles at times. And you know, their art is, yeah, I like the art, like especially on the, you know, they do a lot of the covers and stuff like that. They're, you know, some of those people who do those kinds of things. So, you know, very good stuff that they do over there. Certainly. I like what they're doing over there. But guys, that's it. We got into the manga there. So that's all we've got for today, guys. I hope you're all having a very good day. Fanjextra says 100 Wolves looks like a video game cover. Nice, yeah. Yes, guys, and I'm sorry I wasn't as active in the comments today. Just trying to get through all of these. I'm trying to get through all of these books within the hour. It looks like, you know, we went a little bit over that hour mark here, guys. You know, try to keep the show right about an hour plus. I got to get out and get to work. You know what I'm saying? But guys, if you haven't already, like I said, make sure you're subscribed and all of that good stuff. Make sure that you go and check out Fanjextra's channel, because tonight I'll post that on my community tab here in just a minute. Tonight I'm going to be going on Fanjextra's channel, and we're going to be debating putting in NCAA tournament bracket style. We're going to be talking about the DCEU films, and you viewers need to make sure that you go there and cast your vote. It's a very good time where we get together and discuss the movies as we rank them in bracket style to see who will be the number one DCEU film. I think I already know which one is the best one. But let's see how the rest of you feel out there. That's what I want to know. I know how I feel about it. I've been watching some of these movies recently, and that's what we're going to be talking about tonight over on Fanjextra's channel. It's going to be a good time. Make sure you guys check it out. I know he's also got the kinks worked out from the last time I was on the show, so you'll be able to hear my discussion and hear me flapping my gums. It's going to be a very good time. I can guarantee you that. We're all going to have a very good time. And you know what, LB? I think, LB, you need to be over on Fanjextra's channel one of these times, so you need to be one of the ones over there talking about some of these films as well. I think you should. Get together with them, man. I think that would be fun. I'd like to see you on there as well. But yeah, guys, I'm telling you, it's going to be a good show tonight as we talk about these shows in the DCEU, these movies, and where I rank them and where you guys rank them. It's going to be a battle until the death, just like it was with all those Kevin Smith movies, guys. I'm telling you, that was a good one. We need to redo that one with good audio one of these days. Maybe in 6 months or so, we'll redo that one. But anyway, you guys all have a very good day. Make sure you go out. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that bell for notifications. Hit the like button or hit the dislike button. It's all good. Do any of those. But also make sure that you go out and check out my comic book reviews I've been dropping here on the channel. I've got a playlist that's all of the comic book reviews where you can check those out. I've got one for Marvel Comics, Valiant Comics, all the different ones. But you can, if you want to check all of them out, there is a playlist there. You know, go, you know, just put it on in the background, you know, while you're at work. Put it on in the background, you know. Have it playing so you can listen to it. Put on that playlist. It'll run you through all of the previews or all of the reviews that I have done. Make sure you do that. make sure you do that. I just reviewed Thor issue number 3 by Donny Cates. Guys, that's a great book. And I'm telling you, guys, this week's X-Men issue number 6. Ooh, man, great book. Great book. Takes us back to issue number 1 of House of X. It also takes us back to issue number like 3 and 4 of House of X as well. Great stuff, man. Great stuff. A lot of stuff lately in the X universe, in the Dawn of X, has been finally tying back more into the House of X and Powers of X stuff, man. Great stuff this week, guys. If you haven't already, make sure you go to your local comic book shop and check those out, and let me know what your thoughts are in that in my comic book pull list that will be premiering over on Facebook. So make sure you follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at the Second Street Marvel. You all have a very good day. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you guys tonight on Fanjecture's. I can't remember what. I'm not sure it has a particular name in the show, but it's going to be a great time, and we'll see you guys tonight over there on Fanjecture's channel. You all have a very good day, and we'll see you then. Later.